Hey guys, welcome to my very first video on this channel. Today we will be discussing chapter 970 of One Piece, and we will explore some predictions and theories about the next chapter that comes out next week. So without further delay, let's get right into it. The first point of discussion I would like to bring is the traitor. Kaido mentions that he got the intel about Oden's attack from someone amongst Oden's palace. A spy, to be more specific. So, it could be a servant or just a random worker, but it could also be someone else. Someone important, perhaps. But, I truly don't think it's one of the scabbards. They all went to fight for Oden, risking their own life, so it must be someone else. Even the prison storyline, they are currently ready to go fight Kaido's forces again. I don't suspect Shinobu either, because she decided to fight with Oden, also risking her life, and at the end of the chapter, he saved her by saying he doesn't know her. At this point, I don't have any idea who it could be. It might have a connection with the supposed traitor of Zou, who gave Raizo's location to the Beast Pirates. We never know. Comment your theories if you have one. I would love to read them. Then, the epic clash begins. For me, this chapter confirms that Oden was near or equal with a Yonko in terms of power. He managed to slice Kaido, giving us a shocked reaction of his crew members who have never seen him hurt like that. Also, Kaido mentions that if Oden would have attacked when he came back from his travels, with the help of the Yakuzas and the rest of the samurai in the country, they could have won. He clearly acknowledged his strength, and that's why they made the deal. Oden didn't want to involve innocents' lives, and Kaido didn't want to start a fight because he was scared of losing everything. The only remaining thing to know is, what was that deal? In the last chapter, Oden said, "What about the ships? You know, with Kaido?" Ships were in some way part of the deal, and I think it has something to do with the opening of Wano's borders. My guess is as good as any. But maybe part of the deal was that Kaido would provide ships to the people of Wano, so they can come and go as they want up the country, because as we know, it's the main objective of Oden and the Kozuki clan. Now that he knows the true history of the world and the importance of his clan, the opening of the borders is probably something very important to this new dawn, that the Minks and Kozuki are always mentioning, the thing that everyone is waiting for. Going back to the chapter, we see Oden lose after a trick by the old Kurozumi witch, who transformed into Momo. So, let's talk about the two old Kurozumi members. Obviously, they have been out of Wano and met powerful people during that time. The old lady used the face of a young Shiki when showing her powers to Orochi for the first time. Therefore, they might possibly have ties with Kaido. We still don't know why Kaido decided to go to Wano and how he took control. All we know is that he is working with Orochi to produce weapons, and that he is using the island as a base keeping the Red Poneglyph hidden. Shiki and Kaido were part of the same crew, so I would like to theorize that the two Kurozumis met Kaido through Shiki, or something alike, and then maybe conceived a plan to control Wano with Kaido. If Kaido will have just tried to take the country by force, no one will have worked in the mines and factories, they would have just preferred to die fighting. This is why they needed Orochi to become shogun, to then have a better control of the people. Now that we know that the old witch must have touched Momonosuke for her to transform into him, it means she went in Oden's palace, and it could have been her who spied for Kaido. We will probably have all these answers in the next chapter. Finally, the chapter ends with a sentence for Oden and his retainers. They are to be executed in 3 days by being boiled alive. We already know that Oden died by this, but the scabbards didn't, so they must have escaped in some way. How they managed to get out of this is what I'm most curious about. It's probably going to be Oden sacrificing himself for their safety, or something like that. This concludes all I have to say about the chapter. I predict that the next one will be the last of the flashback, and it will end with Oden's death in a tear-jerking moment. Overall, I really like this chapter, and it will be hard to wait for the next one in 2 weeks. Thanks to all of you if you are still listening. Tell me your thoughts and theories about the chapter in the comments. Like the video if you enjoyed what I had to say, and subscribe for more One Piece and anime content. I will see you guys in the next video.